And with that, dogs, welcome back to Garo Attacks, Clicker Heroes. Rawr! Let's get right back into it, shall we? Last episode we talked about Abdon, and we also revealed a huge lore point about this entire game as a whole. And if you haven't seen it, I suggest go back and take a look at it, because it's a pretty big epiphany when it happens, when you realize it the first time. So I don't want to spoil it at all in this episode. So just go back and watch that. Next up, we got Maju here. I was like, oh, this looks like a pretty cool hero. Wrong. It's not a hero. It's a god. Otherwise, this is his gilded form. I believe in his ungilded form he looked basically similar, except a little bit more Chinesey. Possibly. This hat was more of like the pyramid hat or whatever, and then instead of being 100% red, you had like red with green and like other dragony looking colors, and I think he might have only had one blade. Regardless, this is gilded form, this is upgraded form. I've talked about this before. His upgrade into like a more badass persona. Maju. This is him right now. If he was in Game of Thrones, like this, he would be one of the cool new dudes in the Eastern lands. Like, oh, I shall follow you, Daenerys Stormborn, mother of dragons, and blabdy-blabdy-blue. This would be his exact outfit, because Maju is not recognized by any other feat other than his awesome-ass clothes. Except we're gonna figure out that that's complete bullshit, because he's actually pretty badass as well. He is a god, after all, so let's start reading up on him. Boom! Maju. He does not reveal his face, but an aura of power betrays who he is. The Eastern gods have now been alerted to your cause, whatever it is, and this one wants to help. This one will help for a hefty sum of gold. Whoa! Basically like a couple quadrillion. It's not that bad in the big scheme of things to hire a god, basically. Well, one of the Eastern gods. Now you know that that there are more than one of them, and that there are categories of them now. It's not like, oh, god of wind and blah blah blah. No, it's not just the Eastern god. There's like multiples. Obviously, this is one of them. His name's Maju. And I don't know what that means in Chinese or whatever he is, but I know that there's a theme going on with this dude, and we're gonna find it pretty soon. So let's just talk about it when it comes along. Otherwise, what else did I want to say about this? Does not reveal his face. He's a god. Blah blah blah. Ask for a hefty sum of gold. But yeah, that's about it. Let's talk about his first upgrade after I level him up to level 10. Boom! Oh, it looks very similar to this one, doesn't it? Oh, Icy Touch is actually a watered down / modified version of Heaven's Hand. It increases Maju's DPS by 100%, whereas over here all it did was increase critical quick damage multiplier by 3. So this is actually pretty good, and it costs way more money. Does it? No, it doesn't actually. It does not cost me more money. But Maju himself costed more money, so I guess it is a little bit of a discount for us. It's okay. The Eastern gods bless Maju with a portion of their holy might, increasing Maju's damage. So not only is Maju one of the Eastern gods, but his Eastern god buddies are like, well, we know you got this super awesome attack called Heaven's Hand, so we're just gonna add some holy strength to it, buddy. And Maju's like, straight up, dog, do it, do it, do it. So we're gonna go ahead and help him out in that cause. And boom shakalaka. Next up, we got a plasma arc. Let's go ahead and boom, take a look at that. It's another hand ability. As you can see, even though Maju's got a couple of blades over there, I believe this is why I also believe he only had one blade in his ungilded version, is because he's basically like a monk. He does palm techniques. You know, basically all of, and since he's an Eastern god, they're very magical in style, which is the base powers behind all of the wizards before us. Referi Gerator got a little bit of that in the Icy Touch, but mostly all the elemental powers going on back here with all our dudes come from the Eastern Gods realm, just because they're more elemental in lore-wise, they're more elemental in the spirit. So Maju is being infused with all of these elements right now and using his palms to channel them. This one being Plasma Arc, increases DPS by another 100%, of course, as elements are wont to do. And then it says Maju sparks and crackles with electricity. The heat from a focused arc can inflict incredible damage. And first off, let's buy this real quick. And excuse me. As you can see, it doesn't say like Flame Hand or Fire Hand. It says Plasma Arc. And there's a reason for this, is because lightning or thunder or electricity in general, people like to, especially people who play RPGs and stuff, they like to put them in separate categories as fire, because electricity, it's like its own thing, and fire, no, dog. Yes, it's technically a different sort of thing, but electricity or lightning can cause burns, you know, and they're about 2,500 times hotter than just regular fire on its own. So it's kind of basically the same element, just a different form of it. Which is why in Avatar the Airbender they have lightning style that the fire dudes can do, because fire dudes are awesome. But yeah, this is what this is channeling. It's channeling fire in its most primal form as electricity in the air, and he's using that with his hands and just electrocute people and shit, cause them to burn to a crisp. There's a reason why you burn to a crisp when electricity touches you, is because it's very, very hot. And then there's Heaven's Hand, which is the cold version of it. It's like their names are a little misleading. You just gotta look into it a little bit more. Heaven's Hand, the heavens, as in space, as in outer space, which is super cold. There you go, Heaven's Hand. Plasma Arc, plasma, as in electricity, as in super hot, fire. There you go. Boom, Plasma Arc. Alright, next up, boom, and here we go. Here's some more hand techniques. This one's called Ancient Wrath. Increases DPS by another 100%. It says, I fear you may not be balancing the powers of the gods, Maju tells you, hinting at this upgrade. Abaddon is a dangerous one. So, right off the bat we can see that since Maju is another god, he understands that Abaddon might be corrupting the rest of your dudes with evil, and he's coming to tip the scales into holy. This might look like, ooh, this is wind magic or what. Nah, dog. Look, it's clouds, and it's a big old white-handed finger coming out of the clouds. I don't mean to be racist, but usually when ancient civilizations are like, oh, this thing's good, this thing's that bad, they make it white and black. It's not like a racial skin type thing. It's just like an archetypal thing, you know. Whereas Anubis, he's got the head of a dog, but it's not a white dog. It's, you know, it's like a black dog. It's, once again, not a racial thing. It's not a black person, you know. It's a black dog because black is, you know, usually the color of darkness and, you know, afraid of things. Whereas black people, I don't think it's the same thing. Mostly because black people aren't literally black. They're brown, light brown, you know, that sort of thing. But you know, psychologically, I hate to get scientific on you, but psychologically, actually, people actually believe this about skin color as well, which totally sucks. They even had these tests. They were done in the 50s, but I'm sure the same shit will happen these days too, honestly. But they had these little girls. They had a control group of little white girls and this test group of little black girls as well, little African American girls, they gave them like dolls with different skin colors, and they're like, oh, choose which one's the good one and which one's the bad one. And even the black girls said that the dolls who had the black or the African American skin color tone to them were the bad girls. And you know, I was thinking, wow, how ingrained is it in not just society but in like ancient times too, just like categorize darker things as being, you know, morally reprehensible, which is, you know, something we gotta work on obviously as an entire fucking, you know, race. There's no such thing as race, there's only the human race. Dog, learn that shit. But also, you know, I ain't here to talk about that shit. I'm here to talk about how this ancient wrath, you know, archetypally, since it's like a white finger, signifies that, oh, it's holy stuff. If it was a black hand, I would still call it holy because it's coming out of white clouds. If it was a black hand coming out of black clouds, then maybe I would think different. But right now, this is still like, it seems to me like holy magic. There's fire knights, and then there's holy right here that he's channeling right now to combat Abaddon's darkness. And yes, you might be saying, oh, Abaddon, he's evil, but he's a white skeleton. Yeah, you're definitely right. You're absolutely true on that one. I have nothing to say except that his eyes are black and everything in between the white is black. So he might be zebra. You know what? All of us should be zebras. I'm saying, there you go. Everyone should be a zebra. That way no one is like, oh, you're good or bad. Everyone's like, well, you could be either or. There you go. Abaddon is definitely evil, even though his body is technically white. He does have a black cape, though, and a fucking black scythe. So, I'm not trying to fight for the whole, oh, black things could be, or white things could be bad. Or, white things could definitely be bad. There's a lot of, like, white people playing bad guys in now. Alright, enough of the racial talk. We're not here to talk about this. We're talking about Maju and how he's a god from the Eastern realms, not from wherever the hell Abaddon's from, fucking darkness or some shit. Again, darkness as in, like, the light, amount of light in the solar system, not as in, like, he came from an African-American family, which I'm pretty sure he didn't. You know what? If I had to guess Abaddon's, like, cultural race, I'd guess he was a white dude. There you go. I said it. Just gonna put that out there. But also, talking about Maju right here. Ancient Wrath. Boom. It's a holy spell. And we have to buy it right this second to redeem myself from this terrible, terrible conversation I'm having with myself. Also, to give our dudes a little bit of holiness. Yes, we're doing some head bashing, but also, look at that. He's defrosting a little bit, which means he's gaining clarity in his sight, you know? Each one of these, not only do they have like an evil thing, but they got a good thing. See, Mercedes Duchess of Blaze, yeah, she carries around a bunch of swords, but one of them's a blessed sword. There you go. Magic 101, the naivety of the introductions of things to magic and whatnot. The purity of it. Sid the Helpful Adventurer, you're just a good-ass dude right there. Shree Beast, yes, he's a beast, but also fertilizer. He carries around poop with him to make himself more approachable, you know, and to also cultivate more plants and stuff. And plants, as everyone knows, are super, super holy and good in nature. Anyways, I'm gonna click on this B right quick just to see what he gives us. If it's Power Surge, I'm going straight to the boss. What do you got? What do you got, dog? B? B. God, it's just Quick Storm. God damn it. Okay. Anyway, let's level up Maju again. Boom, and this would be his last upgrade. Pet Dragon. Increases DPS by 150, and now you know Maju's just a pure DPS dude. He says, I can go get my dragon if you like. His name is Bash, and he eats elephants. Maju says. That's a cute little lore bit about him. He's got a pet dragon named Bash who eats elephants. We haven't seen an elephant as of yet, so maybe they're just all behind us, of course. But there you go. We're gonna buy your pet dragon for you. I guess, you know, since he's an Eastern god, he's got a dragon. But yeah, the color scheme for Maju before he gets killed is very much like this dragon icon right here. There's a little bit more red, but there's a lot of that type of green, and there's a lot of that type of yellow in here as well. But yeah, that's Maju. Straight up one of the good guys. Because he's a good guy, he's making the rest of us pretty good. Right here. Yes, Ivan the Drunken Brawler. He's got a past to him. But hey, at least he knows that he's got to start off small before he gets into the later stuff. He can't just drink embalming fluid right off the bat. That would kill him. And because, you know, because Maju's here, now he understands the importance of this. And now everyone's a little bit more balanced because of it. We used to be super evil, but now we're in between. And hopefully it stays that way. Because I hate thinking that we're all super evil douchebags, which we kind of still are. We're killing these dudes even though they're not touching us even the littlest bit. But hey, it's for a good cause, maybe? I don't know. We'll figure that out in the future. Next up, we're going to talk about Amenhotep. You're like, oh, this is a cool hero. No, y'all should know, this dude is a god. Anyway, next up, we're going to talk about this dude, and like, subscribe, comment if you're enjoying the series so far. I know I am, and hopefully you guys come in for the next time episode, even though I just had a really awkward conversation about racial relations with y'alls. But hopefully y'all stick around and don't hate me too much for all of my ramblings. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys later. Peace out!